could drive the Charger Hellcat fast. Let's do that.
The Dodge Charger Hellcat sounds like the stuff of fantasy. A large family sedan packing 707 horsepower, big Brembo brakes, adaptive shocks, and a claimed top speed of over 200 miles an hour. And all for around $64,000. You can think of it as fundamentally the same car as the Challenger Hellcat, but again, this has 4 doors, which gives it a functionality that makes it somehow even cooler. And it makes us ask, for the money, is this the ultimate family sedan?
So it shouldn't be surprising that the Charger Hellcat is just as ridiculous in terms of performance as the Challenger Hellcat. They have the exact same power figures, they weigh about the same, and so on. What I'm trying to think about though is, which is crazier? Because when you're talking about muscle cars with 700 horsepower from the factory, that's crazy. And you kind of like to position one above the other in terms of the crazier one. You might think it's the Challenger because it's of course the 2-door one that looks great doing drifts and stuff, but I think the 4-door is the crazier car. Having 4 doors and looking as stealth as this car kind of does gives this car a sort of veil of civility, which is a total lie. Not because it's stiff, it's not stiff at all. In fact, it's actually really easy to drive, but because of the performance potential. I mean, you have 700 horsepower in a family sedan, essentially. You have that sound, you have this kind of acceleration at your disposal. Also, you can drive the family to the grocery store. That's absurd. This is a bizarre time to be into cars because we have things like this in existence. What this essentially is an American M5. Would that be fair to say? Sort of stealth looks, ridiculous horsepower, ridiculous performance on tap, and it does so without being like in your face. And that to me is crazier for a car. What's even more peculiar is, as much fun as exercising this horsepower is, I actually kind of just like tootling this thing around town, driving it slowly, driving Miss Daisy, because there's something about having the awesome performance available, but not using it, deciding not to use it. It must be how Clark Kent feels all the time.
The Charger is longer and taller than the Challenger, and heavier by 113 pounds. But as we find on the test track, none of that really matters. On our unprepped surface, the Charger liked launching in second gear with smooth throttle application. Reaching 60 miles an hour in 3.7 seconds, it ties the Challenger. Passing the quarter in 11.8 seconds at 124.3 miles an hour, it's a tenth of a second and 1 mile an hour slower. Its best stop from 60 took just 104 feet. At 24.5 seconds around the figure 8, the Charger is again virtually the same as the Challenger. And it makes the same amount of tire smoke in the process. The Challenger Hellcat proved its straight-line performance when it did the standing mile in 30.1 seconds at 173.8 miles an hour. That's just 0.3 of a second slower than the ZR1, by the way. Considering how close the Charger's performance is to the Challenger, we have no reason to doubt that it's just as fast. So this time we're going to do a hot lap with Randy Post. The Charger is by no means a road racing car, but we thought it would be interesting to see where it would place at Streets of Willow. It's hard to decide what's cooler about the Charger Hellcat. The speed that it's capable of, or how docile it can be in spite of its power. Here we have a sedan that's a set of drag radials away from being in the 10s at the drag strip. Dodge says it can do over 200, and it's easy to believe that claim. You just need to find a road that's closed and long enough. But the real kicker here is that this 707 horsepower hot rod of a family car needs no special treatment. It starts up just fine on cold mornings, it idles smoothly, it's well behaved in traffic. It's to the point where your mom could drive it and have no idea what it's capable of. It's this combination that makes the Charger Hellcat so unique and so wonderful.
It's all really nice. The seats are comfortable and they're well bolstered. This would be a good one to have in the garage to do all the normal daily stuff and, you know, have a lot of fun with, and then have your projects on the side. This is a daily driver for the crazier folk who have crazier project cars they're working on. This is really nice. You know what make this better? You know what make this better? A wagon. Magnum Hellcat. That would make this the best car on earth. Nope, second best. 240 SS is the best car on earth. This would be the second best car on earth if it were a wagon.